What if I told you that the man who revolutionized 6 industries left behind a blueprint for success that anyone can follow? Today, we're diving into the mind of a visionary whose words continue to shape our world long after he's gone. These aren't just quotes. They're the principles that transformed a college dropout into one of history's greatest innovators. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs wasn't just the guy who changed technology. He mastered the art of living deliberately. While most people drift through life following predetermined paths, Jobs charted his own course. And today, his wisdom continues to light the way for millions worldwide. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. When Jobs got fired from Apple, the company he built, most people would have given up. Instead, he called it the best thing that ever happened to him. During those wilderness years, he built Pixar, found true love, then returned to save Apple from bankruptcy and transform it into the world's most valuable company. What brick has life thrown at you lately? You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. When Jobs dropped out of college, he had no roadmap, just intuition. That seemingly random decision led him to calligraphy classes that later inspired Apple's revolutionary focus on typography and design. Sometimes the detours in life aren't detours at all. They're the actual journey. Trust your gut and take that next step, even when you can't see the entire staircase. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. We're faced with this choice constantly: security or passion, safe harbor or uncharted waters. Jobs chose passion every single time and inspired millions worldwide to do the same. What would you do if you weren't afraid to fail? Stay hungry, stay foolish. Perhaps Jobs' most iconic phrase, for simple words that encapsulate his entire philosophy. In a world that rewards conformity, these words remind us that real progress comes from those willing to take risks, dream bigger, and challenge the status quo. Are you hungry enough to chase your dreams? Foolish enough to ignore the naysayers? When you're 17, you worry about what everybody thinks of you. When you're 40, you don't care what anybody thinks of you. And when you're 60, you realize nobody was ever thinking about you in the first place. Stop performing for an audience that doesn't exist. The people judging you are too busy worrying about being judged themselves. Live your life, not the one dictated by others' expectations. Death is very likely the single best invention of life. It clears out the old to make way for the new. Jobs understood that time isn't infinite. After his cancer diagnosis, this became more than philosophy. It was his daily reality. This awareness of mortality didn't depress him. It liberated him to focus on what truly mattered. What would you do differently if you remembered that someday this will all end? What meaningful step are you ready to take today? Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Jobs didn't just ride waves. He created tsunamis. While others were perfecting the CD player, he was imagining 1,000 songs in your pocket. If you want to transform your life, start by thinking differently. The world doesn't reward people for doing what's already been done. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. Listen to yourself, not those saying you'll fail. History is written by those who ignored the skeptics. Edison was told electricity had no future. The Beatles were rejected by multiple record labels. Jobs was told nobody needed personal computers. What dream are you putting off because someone told you it was impossible? The only way to do great work is to love what you do. Passion isn't just a nice to have. It's the essential ingredient that separates the extraordinary from the ordinary. Jobs didn't just work at Apple. He poured his heart and soul into every product. Find what ignites your spirit and give it everything you've got. When you love what you do, work becomes play. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Jobs' life is living proof that courage, persistence, and unwavering belief in your ideas can indeed change the world. He wasn't smarter than everyone else. He just refused to accept limitations that others took for granted. These quotes aren't just inspirational words from a tech genius. They're a challenge. A challenge to stop sleepwalking through life. A challenge to refuse mediocrity. What will you create with your limited time on this planet? Will you play it safe, or will you dent the universe? The choice, as Jobs would say, has always been yours. If his story teaches us anything, it's that the most powerful force in the universe isn't technology, it's a human being who refuses to give up on their vision. What's yours?